All right. Oh, there it was, Legacy. I even played out the video for you, Legacy. So you got that ad rev. We'll come back to that, but we gotta talk about the Acolyte. We gotta talk about the Acolyte, episode 3. Now, Geek Strong in the house. Good to see you. He says he backed the deluxe cantina and might back a second one for the figures and sell the extra parts later on. You do you. You do you. If you could sell the pieces of that thing and make your money back, I just feel like it's a real gamble. Selling the figures you can do. But selling the pieces of the cantina, I think, is hard. I think that part's hard. You guys out here laughing. So I dropped this video. This is a clip or short from last Thursday's Hey Archer Live, right? And Book of Yukon Phil in the house. Good to see you. So I dropped this clip on TikTok. I dropped it on YouTube, and I dropped it on Instagram. And in the video, in the entire video, I talk about how, of all the reasons to be mad at this show, I thought the forced birth may have been the least egregious thing that they did. And that was my thought. I was like, hey, they just kind of said something that, like, most people probably didn't even think about. Like, how do the witches of Dathomir reproduce? How do any of these single sex groups in Star Wars reproduce? I actually enjoyed, oh my God, what's the Seth MacFarlane show? This his Star Wars show. Orville. I love that about Orville. Orville's a great show in general. If you guys have not watched the Orville, you should. But in the Orville, there is a race of like Klingons, and they lay eggs. Spoiler alert. I won't tell you where it goes from there, but they lay eggs, and that's how they reproduce. So in Star Wars, we haven't had anybody like say that blatantly, you know? So I dropped this clip. It's my thought. I'm not going to lie. I'm trying to ride the algorithm of the Acolyte. And the comments, I feel, are making me like into a Disney defender. And for the record, I think the show sucks. I think it's a terrible show. I was literally just calling out something that I think is like whatever. And with all, like, this show has 5 million issues. There are a billion things wrong with the Acolyte. All three episodes. But in this episode, the one part that I was like, I'm willing to let that one slide. People are just like, you fucking asshole. They're just like, coming for the throat. And I even made a joke. I posted this video last night, and I said, hell, I'm thinking about faking loving Disney just for the views at this point. Because the interactions, the comments, the likes I'm getting, people are liking the video out of like hate just to make a mean comment on it. And in fact, this video here, I made it for TikTok, shared it on Instagram. TikTok took it down because they were like, there's hate speech here. So like, I thought that was hilarious. TikTok out here watching out for us. But it's wild. It's wild. Like, people in this fandom, I'm going full screen for this one. People in the Star Wars fandom, I feel like I'm reaching a point where we got to get a life. It's right now. I was thinking about this earlier today. This feels like GameStop stock in, what was that, 2000, was that 21, 22 when the meme stock craze was going wild? It might have been 22. So a lot of people saw the GameStop stock, right? It was going up. And they're like, whoa, what's going on? And it made the news, and the whole meme stock craze, the Reddit Wall Street Bets page went wild. News places were covering it. Like, everybody was like going nuts on what is happening with GameStop. And you legit had adults that months into the GameStop thing going on were like, I'm going all in. I'm pulling savings. I'm pulling freaking stocks from funds from other stocks. I'm selling those. I'm going all in on GameStop. I'm going all in on Dogecoin. I'm going all in on BlackBerry. And they did it, unbeknownst to them, at the fucking top. At the top. They bought all the stock. And what happened? It dove. It dove. They lost all their money, and they're standing there looking like jackasses. It's quite sad, actually. It's quite sad. The reason I make this analogy is we've peaked on hating Star Wars at this point. Like, this whole fandom menace shit, it started with Last Jedi, and Last Jedi came out when? 2017, 2016? Somewhere back there? Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed with Disney Star Wars. It has been shit. It continues to be shit. I'm not sure why all of a sudden people are like throwing their hands up. We got what? The cliche things, right? Rogue One was good. Season 1 of Mando, debatably season 2 of Mando. People keep saying freaking Andor. I feel like people just say it to say it, honestly. You had those the Tales of the Jedi, and only the first season. The second season I thought was okay, but the first season was good. It's not even a season, it's just like shorts. And then you have is that it? Oh, I enjoyed Kenobi. I thought the ending was bullshit, but I was enjoying Kenobi week over week. So you had a couple good things come through, right? But every movie's been trash, except for Rogue One. I don't know how Rogue One got made. It's funny, they cut out parts of Rogue One that would have probably been cool parts, and they made it worse, but it was still a good movie. Rogue One's like the only good movie that came out. And then you're getting Book of Boba Fett. You're getting Ahsoka. You're getting Mando Season 3. You're getting all this garbage. And people now, to me, if now you're like, this is bullshit, I'm out. I'm like, bro, where you been? Where have you been? This is just what they do. This is the shit they make. Nothing is changing. Nothing is changing. So when I see these people coming at me, you know, with some of these, actually, I'm just going to go to the video again. When I see them come, oh, you're a Disney defender. Oh, you're, why is it not even showing all the comments? I have to, oh, here you go. Why don't you like look at the lore? Why don't you blah, blah, blah? I'm like, what are you talking about, man? Like, what are you talking about? What are we defending here? Like, what are you defending? What are you defending? And the part that's even crazier than that is some of these people in the comments coming at me and at each other, more importantly, can't even agree on what they're upset about. Can't even agree. I said either the Witches of Dathomir are doing snoo on Darth Maul's people or using the Force to reproduce. It's probably one of the two things. And all the show did was say, maybe there's another option out there that they're using the Force to do it. Maybe, right? You got people out here, I'm not calling this guy out, but, you know, the Zabroks, those are Darth Maul's people. How many casual people that watch Star Wars you think know that? How many casual people watch Star Wars, even know the Night Sisters were a thing before the Ahsoka show? Like, the pool of people that are knowledgeable about Star Wars is very small. And it's even smaller that people know the lore to such an extent that in the comments, the people who are mad, some of them are not even getting the facts right on what they're mad about. They're confusing things. They're yelling at me and also being like, oh, but I think it's like this. Is it or is it not? Oh, the reason it's convoluted is because Disney sucks. They're not keeping their own lore. They're changing shit. In the first episode, freaking Trinity Trinity dies via a small dagger to the chest. But we also saw multiple lightsaber stabs do not kill people in Star Wars. Not anymore. So again, Disney's doing their own dumb shit. Right? So what's the fucking point? What's the point in getting so upset that you're just like, and just like in the comments and just, it's been this. It has been this. Watch the show or don't watch the show. Is it fun to watch it and be like, I can't believe they're doing this? Yes. At the same time, we're giving them views. Like, you're giving them interactions. So, like, you know what? If you're so upset now, I don't know what to tell you. And to everybody who wants to go and this is the dumbest video I've ever seen. Is it the dumbest video you've ever seen? Honestly. Because once again, I will always go back to, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. Is Disney stock down since 2020? Yes. Are most stocks down since like 2020? Yes. This type of movement is normal. This is what's been happening. And you know what? It's still up over last year. This is normal. They released that they are making money on Star Wars. I hate to break it to everybody. Everybody who's like freaking out, your time to freak out was here. Your time to freak out was off of Last Jedi, going into Rise of Skywalker, when Mando season 1 happened. That was your time to be like, you guys are the worst. 4 or 5 years, 6 years later, I'm like, shut the fuck up. They are who they are. Disney is who Disney is. It's time to move on. Don't watch a show if you don't want to watch it. If you want to hate watch it, go for it. I hate watch it. But like complaining about the lore breaks of episode 3 of The Acolyte, they lore break every fucking show. Every show they release, they lore break. Star Wars Theory's out here complaining about nuts and bolts on the wall that you can buy at Home Depot. It's like nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Zero. Ahsoka sucked. Mando season 3 sucked. Book of Boba Fett sucked. Bad Batch, for the majority of it, sucked. Tales of the Jedi, half of it was good. The other half was absolutely useless. It is what it is at this point. If you're hating on Disney Star Wars and you're like, now I'm out, I don't think you're out. I think you're just kind of hanging out. You're just going to be watching, and then you're going to be back in the second something else happens. Or you're probably still watching it. So that's all I got. That's all I got. I don't understand. And I watched the Star Wars Theory thing before I came on, where he was like, the Star Wars fans are in unison over how bad The Acolyte is. I'm like, no, dude. No. It's just that now you don't like Disney Star Wars, so that fan base now is starting to back you. That's the difference. But at the end of the day, he even called it out. If I go here to Star Wars, right? He was like, oh, in the comments, people are trashing it, which they are. I'm looking here at comments. People are just like, this fucking sucks, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's a spam. Bro, you guys are literally just helping them out. Every time you comment a hate comment on here, you're telling the algorithm there is interest in what's happening here. When the marketing team for Disney sits down and says, how was the Acolyte doing? When Kathleen Kennedy sits down with Bob Iger and they're like, how is the Acolyte doing? I hear there's some hate going on. She's like, well, yeah, there's always hate, but we still had a record-breaking first 2 episodes. Okay, well, let's look at social media and see what's going on on social media. Okay, well, this video here has 2,300 comments on it. Most of them are hate. Most of them are people trashing it. There's 22,000 likes on that video. 21,000 likes on that video. 23,000 likes on that video. These 4,000 comments, even if every single one of them is hating on it, is, what is that? I'm shitty at math. Is that like 10%? Is it 10% of it? 20%? I think it's 20 of the interactions are hate. But you're telling me 80% of people like this? I heard a fire truck and I thought I'm spitting so much fire here. They're coming to stop me. Look, 1,000, right? I bet you all 1,000 are hate. 16,000 likes. 77,000 likes. 4,000 comments. You guys are idiots. You're idiots. If you don't like it, just don't watch it. At this point, just don't watch it. Don't comment about it. Don't make videos about it. Don't hit like on it. Don't do anything. Just leave it alone. That's how they understand. That's how they understand. In this scenario, other companies, we could say otherwise. But with a powerhouse like Disney, if you're one of the 4,269 people that left a mean comment on this, 72,000 people hit the like button. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And once again, before I hit box office recap, my favorite segment of the week, I will say this. I fucking hate the show. I hate the show. I hate the show. I hate the show. Did I say I hate the show? That in case somebody is like not, if that's not registering in there, hate the show. But you guys are fucking stupid. You guys are dumb. Is what it is. Let's move on. Let's move on. By the way, I never saw Clone Wars, according to a lot of the comments in there. Box Office Mojo. Sorry, I didn't catch the comments. Let me go back to the comments here. Moneybag. JB in the house. Good to see you. Phil said, hell, I lost 100 followers saying I canceled my Disney Plus subscription. This shit is just wild. I think you'll be back because you love Star Wars. At the end of the day, you love Star Wars. I don't think canceling your subscription, like you would need like millions of people to cancel for it to like push things. And you know, it's funny. I'll go back for a second. I remember when the Phantom Menace developed, right? Off of the back of The Last Jedi. And we were all so angry as a fan base that we were just like, we were in unison on how much we hated it. Honestly, it was beautiful. For once, Star Wars fans were, for the most part, like on the same page. You had some people who are like, that was the greatest movie ever. I'd be curious to see. I've got receipts in my brain of people who are like, that movie was awesome. I don't know what you're talking about. And I kind of want to ask them, do you still feel that way? But coming off the backs of The Last Jedi, I was like, this is trash. We got to stop them. And we all enjoyed the videos, the video essays, all that fun stuff. I remember talking to two people. There was a girl I was dating at the time and my friend Joel. I talked to both of them separately, 2 different occasions, unrelated conversations. And I went into how much I hated that movie and how Disney was starting to suck. And the two of them were just like, I guess. I don't know. I saw the movie. It was all right. And then over the years, I've told people, oh, man, did you watch Clone Wars? Did you see Clone Wars? When they're like, hey, in Mando, this thing happened. Where did that start? Oh, you should go watch Clone Wars. That's all right. It's okay. It's not that important to me. I hate to break it to everybody. If you're watching this video, if you're watching Star Wars Theory, you're watching General Kenobi's Bunker, while we are very devoted nerds, we are such a minority in this world, it's not even funny. It's not even funny. So we would need like a mass exodus. And I don't think enough enough casual fans care, to be honest. And on top of that, there are so many parents that are iPad parents where they just shove an iPad in front of their kid that even if they were like, I want to cancel my Disney Plus, there's no way they're pulling Disney Plus because their kid shuts up for an hour every day watching some stupid shit on the Disney app. I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm very like heated about this thing, but in a good way. I'm going to drop more videos online and I'm going to probably big up Disney as a joke and just see what happens because fuck it at this point. You know what I mean? Anyway, we had some box office domination sorry, I didn't finish the comments. The documentary on Netflix. I think we were talking about the GameStop thing. Weird. Anyone else see that YouTube notice that only subs are in the chat? Yeah, I turned that on, and one of you turned it off. I think that happens every time. I scrolled to the top and saw it. Yeah, I turned it on. Sometimes I turn it on to see what that will do for interactions. I want Archer to do a Mad Money style show and smash shit. Yeah. A soundboard with a bunch of taglines and nerd sound effects goes hard. Archer coming in hot. Yeah. Nathan E in the house. Good to see you. Waking up with coffee in the stream. There you go. Saying hi to everybody. Aaron Waller. I'm finally diving into Clone Wars. The essential episodes, mind you. Let that sink in. Think about that. Aaron Waller is only now watching Clone Wars. Aaron Waller watches so much nerd shit. If anything, at times he may watch more than most of us. And even he is only now getting into Clone Wars. That's how insignificant some of this other shit is in the grand scheme. Sorry. On Disney now, watching with my granddaughter, enjoying life. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Nathan's on season 4. Nathan also new to Clone Wars. JB, sounds great. I'm at the DMV getting my driver's license renewed. There you go. The RMV Geek Strong. We're in Massachusetts. Got to say the RMV. So, yeah. I remember watching so many Catherine Kennedy's getting fired videos, Disney scared videos. I've made them too. I made them too. All on speculation. Every one of those videos was speculation. And then I just started to watch, take notes. Is what I'm saying bullshit? Is what I'm saying bullshit? And a lot of the times it is. Now, it's bullshit on both sides, right? I can take a picture of this. I can take this picture right now, and I can clip something that says, "The Acolyte tanking Disney stock." And I can bullshit my way to an argument to say that that's true. I can. Because I guarantee you, of all the angry fans, maybe 2% of them actually pay attention to the stock market to know if what's on the screen right now is a true reflection of what's happening with Disney or Star Wars. Maybe. Have what you will. Have what you will. Do what you will. Inside Out 2, $155 million. $155 million. Oh, what a coincidence. Disney. I didn't even plan that. I didn't even plan that. Top movies of the year after one weekend. 5th place. Aaron Waller says, as a Florida resident, Galaxy's Edge is struggling as well, in my opinion, for various other reasons. Probably money. People probably just cannot afford it. But hey, if I can take my kids to the theater and get them to shut up for an hour and a half, 2 hours, watching Inside Out 2, that's a win. And that's how people view it.